Hello there!
I'm Veronica, that 90s chick.
I'm Karen May. I'm Goya today.
And this is Adrian, still the Dad of the Geeks, and you guys are joining us here at the new and improved
Nerd Rage!
And of course, this episode is going to be, sabi natin malaman ngayon, ano?
And historical.
And historical, because later we will be joined by the awesome filmmaker Gerald Tarog. Ayan, I'm getting the surname.
Ang galing!
Congrats.
Yes. Gerald Tarog. So, sasamahan niyo tayo mamaya as we talk about his career, his craft, and of course,
Shipping.
yes.
That.
Yes, shipping and that. Pero ano kung alam ng shipping sa... Baka people might think I'm
Ano to?
shipping.
It's a move.
It's a move.
It's a
It's a
move.
move. So
It's a pro gamer move.
No, actually, it's more of a fanfic move. So when you ship like that, you're basically like holding on to the girth of the person you want to ship yourself with, and when you do that, you release. And when you release, it's like letting go. That's why it feels like a mic drop. A mic drop that reveals a lot of family secrets, maybe.
Dun, dun, dun.
so,
Ang galing!
so this is the second episode of our new and improved narration. As
New.
people know, mas casual. This is where things get
Tama.
real. And, part of getting real is catching up with you guys. So,
Tama. Haven't seen anyone in
Yeah.
forever.
So how has your week been? How has Geek Week been? Anong
I think-
meron sa mundo
I think
ngayon?
it's been wild. I think the online world has been fired up with a lot of news, things that have gone viral, things.
As always.
And grabe yung 2025, okay? Because there are so many fan events, diba? We had like a Freakier Friday, we had Superman, and now, sa November, we're gonna have Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, oo. We just posted about it here at the Nerd Rage page. So, according to Netflix, Code Red Nerds. Premiere screenings, fan events, ICU Manila, and more as we embark on one last adventure. Tapos may get more info to doom.com. To doom.
Tudung.
Wait. Kasabay natin Kuala Lumpur. So both November 27 and 29.
Kasabay tayo?
Yeah. So Kuala Lumpur 27,
Interesting.
29. Manila 27, 29 also.
So,
Wait, what's gonna happen here?
possibly, maybe some of the cast members might visit. Who knows? Or
Yeah.
maybe they'll have like a, immersive setup. Because I remember like a few years back, they did one for Vecna's season for
Mhm.
Stranger Things. They did one at the mall, and then they had this giant Vecna thing. And then you could do your best, like, if only could.
But really, what has Netflix told you?
Yun pa lang. That's all I
yeah,
know
okay.
also.
Okay.
Do you know something I don't?
No.
I'll make a
Netflix.
prediction.
Netflix paying a press release.
Yeah.
Sabihan mo kami.
Put us on your network. I'm gonna make a prediction. A cast from Stranger Things
Yeah.
is going to come here, but it's someone who was probably introduced in season 4 or this upcoming season.
Why? Because that person is easier to...
Yeah, because that
Grabe.
person's easier to get here.
I don't mind. Let's get Eddie.
All right.
No, but I don't know if we're gonna get Eddie. He's too popular.
Yeah. He's like
So among the
Johnny
cast,
Storm.
among the characters in the show, who's the biggest loser right now?
Oh my gosh. That's so nega.
I have a feeling it's Lucas because he's not really doing much and he's not as cute as Dustin. I'm sorry, Lucas. Lucas is actually one of the best
I
other
want Barb.
characters.
Justice for Barb.
Justice for
I
Barb.
want Barb.
Patay na si Barb.
Yeah, that's why. You can bring her back.
They can bring her here for
Oh,
cheap.
well. John Green, the author of The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Yes.
that's tuberculosis book. Where is he?
In Guimaras.
Why isn't he here?
Well, enjoying the Guimaras mangoes.
Pero I think may connection rin because of the tuberculosis advocacy.
Yeah.
Baka the child there, right?
Book.
Yeah. So according to the news here, Green has been a vocal advocate for TB eradication efforts, and he's supporting the TB-free Guimaras Island initiative.
Yeah, that's why he was there. And that's so, I think you can tell talaga he's very passionate about it because usually when people visit, it's usually sa Manila. It's gonna be like a big fan meet. But this one was pretty low key, and he really just went for like
The beaches. and the Guimaras mangoes.
Yeah. But also the advocacy. Because I am excited for his book. Kasi he's been doing a lot of like short form reels where he would connect some random thing to tuberculosis. Kasi nga basically in that book he says everything is connected to tuberculosis.
Is this book called A Fault in Our Cough?
It could be.
Meanwhile, how's your Gcash, guys?
You mean like
Compromise.
the less than 100 pesos in my Gcash? Just kidding.
Okay, so no, because according to the National Privacy Commission, there's been an alleged
A
data
breach.
breach
Breach, yeah.
Yeah.
involving G Exchange. Yeah, so
Yeah, where they basically took, no, they didn't take people's money, but
It's the
supposedly
info.
they took the info. Yeah.
So like even if you joke nga na you have like what 10 pesos in your Gcash, I think the more pressing matter is that they have your info, personal info that they can use.
They have your bank account details, they have your ID, they have your birthday, they have all that information.
Yeah, what's interesting is that Gcash I think sent like
There
press
was a notice.
release,
Yeah.
yeah, when everything you open
You
your
open it, the press
Gcash.
release comes
where it's
out.
like everything is fine.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
Pero ito the NPC has immediately launched, and according to the National Privacy Commission, the NPC has immediately launched an investigation after a dark web post appeared claiming to sell
Yeah.
user. Wait, the NPC goes to the dark web?
Guess-
NPC?
Yeah.
Like,
nice, huh?
Non-playable character?
National Privacy Commission.
Oh yes.
So they visit the dark web, apparently, ano pinapanood?
They were in Thor.
The post made by a threat after using the alias Oversleep 8351 allegedly offers merchant and basic user data.
Dang.
For as low as $5,000.
Gosh.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this. As an American citizen and also as a Filipino citizen, to whatever FBI agent is attached to me right now and screening all of my activity and monitor online and in person. This also goes for the Chinese government official who's also monitoring all my things. Just this. Don't fuck with my bank account and keep my nudes to yourself. As long as those things stay private, we're fine. You can get all the info you want from me. Just don't fuck with my bank account and keep my nudes private.
Maybe someone's looking at like chat correspondences and then they're emotionally invested na in your love life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grabe.
Instant teleserie.
Oh, look. So, I think I missed this, but apparently, at Comic-Con, the recently held Comic-Con, they announced that Ella Arcangel is gonna be turned into to an animated film.
What's this?
The comic book, sorry, graphic novel, Ella
It's a
Arcangel.
local graphic novel.
Yeah, so it's Ella Arcangel, Awit ng Pangalat Ko. Kasi it was announced in Comic-Con.
I'm excited because pati diba Shasha Zaturna's having like an
Yeah.
animated feature. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for the local comic scene.
And animator filmmaker Avel Yongoren is involved with both films.
Ooh, let's chika him.
Yeah.
Soon.
Oo nga, he should drop by.
Ayan. Visit, please.
Yeah. Avid, drop by dito. Ganun. Bisita ka sa amin. Benaki Todits. That's the news so far this
What's been
week.
happening.
That's what's been happening. Of course, medyo may nangyari sa social media in the past few days because of an incident involving the currently running hit film Quezon, directed by Gerald Tarog, who's gonna be joining us in a little while.
Yay.
So, tanongin natin about the mic drops and stuff.
And stuff. And more chismes.
Tara? Let's talk to him.
O siya, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna peace out. Enjoy, you guys.
All right, Adrian, that of the geeks, here once again with.
I'm Karen May. And I'm Goyo. Let's go. Yeah.
There's so many things na pwede ko bihirit about the whole Goya thing, but no. Baka i-cancel ako ni Karen. Anyway, with us here right now is Quezon, Goyo, Heneral Luna, filmmaker, confessional. Ayan, Gerald Tarog. Tarog is how we pronounce his surname.
Yes.
Tarog, not.
No. Unless nga someone's mad at me and then they say something else.
Punta tayo dyan mamaya.
Okay.
Punta tayo dyan mamaya. Kumusta? Actually, ang tinatanong ng bayan,
Oh.
kamusta ka?
I'm good. Just relaxing at home and watching people enjoy or get mad at the movie. That's it. Yan. And trying to think of what I'll do next after this. That's pretty much it. And minimizing all of the noise. Kasi yun ang parang number one na thing na ginagawa ko after a movie. Just quiet time palagi.
Yeah, kasi parang all the press work, all the Q&As,
Yeah.
and all that na malamang pare-pareho din tanong no matter how good, di ba?
Yes, exactly. So I really need that chill time.
Kaya di chill dito sa Nerd Rage.
Yeah. Panalo.
Very chill, very unhinged.
Yeah.
So let's not go into those things first kasi mamaya hihimayin natin yan. Pero is it fair to say that you started off as a filmmaker because you were a fan of the craft or of the genre?
It's more of parang I realized na what I've been doing back then, which is music, is very similar to film. Tapos parang yun yung naging gateway ko. My course in music actually became the gateway to me transitioning into film. Yun. And then I realized na they're both similar art forms and that I can actually tell stories in the same way that I compose music. Kasi pareho silang time-based art form and pareho silang may flow ng emotions, may structure sila. So, ayun. As to being a fan, not exactly, but parang along the way, dun na siya nag-develop.
Okay. So ano ba yung fandom mo? Parang, are you a fan of anything? For example, if it's music, or are you a fan of very specific types of cinema?
Mas madali ko siyang sagutin pag music. Actually.
Okay, sige.
Uy, yun bands.
Top 5.
No, sige, it's bands. Okay, fine. Well, marireveal yung kung gano'n ako katanda eh. Pero, nung panahon ko, my favorite musicians, artists were Nine Inch Nails, Sonic Youth, Pantera.
Which Pantera album?
Yung Far Beyond Driven.
The Sludge.
Yes, tapos Vulgar Display of Power. Yan.
Pero 9 Inch Nails has been, doing the rounds kasi Metron. They're at, yung credits ng Gen V actually. It was a
Yes.
song.
Napanood mo yung Metron?
Hindi pa.
Okay.
Pero narinig ko na yung music bago ko pa, yun. So yun, actually yung tatlong yun ang parang pinaka. Tapos, when I went into composition sa College of Music, doon siya nag-expand into other genres like jazz, tapos, kasi pag composition major ka, ang inaaral mo din is sort of experimental music.
Right.
So, nandun yung training ko towards experimental stuff. Which I enjoyed a lot of mga music, mga taong you've never heard of, like George Crumb. Tapos, locally si Jose Maceda, si national artist. Yun. So mga ganun na the things that made me kinikilig ako pag pinapakinggan ko sila.
You're also a piano major, right? So,
I started off as a piano major pero 1 semester lang ako. And then lumipat ako to composition and tinapos ko yung degree. Pero somewhere sa gitna nun, dun ko na-realize na parang kaya kong gumawa ng pelikula. Pero hindi na ako nag-shift kasi I would be past the 7-year maximum ng UP. So,
Conservatory of Music. Okay. Oh, wait. Are you one of those people na para mag-cram, gumawa ng pyesa, magmamath ka na lang kasi nagmamadali ka?
Hindi. Iba yung diskarte namin back then kasi parang I had two mentors, si Jonas Paez at si Gina Toledo. When I was under Sir Jonas, parang mas ritual form yung ginagawa namin mga pyesa.
Okay.
So, walang math. It's more of parang performance and yung vibe, parang ganun. I'm saying it wrong. I'm sure magrereklamo si Jonas and narinig na. Pero ganun siya. I had a piece na I would distribute like mga 50 alarm clocks sa audience tapos bubuksan nila isa-isa mga ganun. Habang may nagpa-perform sa harap. Mga ganung weird stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
Nerds. Music nerds.
So there wasn't like one film na you're like, opened my eyes to like the world of filmmaking. Wala ganun. Wala kang ganun na moment na very pretentious film person moment.
Naalala ko yung mga moments na sobrang parang talagang tumaas yung balahibo ko. Nung nasa college pa ako noon, pinanood ko yung Magnolia ni Paul Thomas Anderson.
Wow.
First time seeing it in the cinema. Tapos yun, nung nagpumulan na yung mga palaka, parang goosebumps lahat yan.
Feeling mo, umuulan na
So yun, and then a lot of Kurosawa and kasi nung panahon din na yun, parang 2000s pala yung Spanish and Mexican na mga sina Almodovar, sina si
Iñárritu.
Iñárritu. Saka yung isa pa si Amores Perros, I forgot his name. Basta yan. So yun, pretty much Magnolia and a lot of other Japanese stuff.
Gosh, ito mamatambil panalo. When I met si
Sino sa kanila?
si Heneral Luna for Star Wars Celebration.
What? You met him?
I wanted to go. I loved ito Mama Tambien, but pinagbawala kami ng Japanese to even talk to him. I really wanted to be that one guy sa Star Wars who will go ito Mama Tambien.
This is how I know you. I'm curious pala for both of you kasi how was accessibility for certain types of films during that decade? Kasi right now, it's more accessible because, you have streaming platforms, you have the internet. So, how are you able to kind of expand your knowledge during that time na it's more limited yung resources?
Pinatanda naman tayo.
Magkakabukin na ako sa iyo. Fine. Well, nung college ako kasi katabi lang ng College of Music yung Film Center. So, minsan, actually magkakat ako ng classes minsan para pumunta dun Yun. I would do that. Pero yung as to collecting movies, Laserdisc. Yun.
Uy, naalala ko.
Yung malala.
In Arcela pa. Hindi
Kasi
mo pa nga bibilhin
may time na nung pini-phase out yung mga Laserdisc, sobrang mura na lang niya sa mga stores. So I would spend hours looking for different kinds of movies na sobrang obscure. Tapos paglabas ko ng store, as in gabondok yung dala-dala ko every time. Yun. Tapos, yun basically yung education ko kasi I didn't really go to film school. I took some theory courses while I was in Diliman, pero mostly self-study. Yun, so nung napanood ko yun, kasi ang Mexico medyo may similarities ng konti sa kultura natin. So parang naisip ko, kung kaya nilang gumawa nun, maybe we can do something like that. Ayun, and then after that, parang sineryoso ko na talaga yung pag-film. Pero pagka-graduate ko pa lang, alam ko na gusto kong gumawa ng pelikula.
Okay. And ano yun? So yung musical scoring was, it was something you could do. But film was what you wanted to do.
Yes. Parang I was doing my short films. I was also, ang day job ko was composing music for commercials and movies. Tapos pag may free time, inihiram ko yung camera ng boss namin. Tapos gawa lang ako ng sarili kong short film.
What prod house, if you don't mind me asking?
Sarado na sila audio media, yung tawag.
Right, in Makati,
Very guerrilla style pala yung learning process.
Wala kasi akong network ng mga filmmaker friends. So, kuha lang ako ng camera ko, I'd invite my friends na umarte, tapos hindi ako marunong mag-ilaw. So, magtatayo lang ako ng kung anong ilaw dyan. Pero I knew how to edit. And of course, yung music, walang problema.
Yeah. And when you finally got your break, diba? Especially, kasi I distinctly remember people started talking about you after Confessional.
Okay.
So parang when you got that break, or do you consider that your break?
Dalawa siya, twofold siya. Nag-start siya dun sa Carpool.
Yes.
Which is a short film before Confessional. So nung sinabit ko yung Carpool sa isang competition, yung Gawad CCP, yung mga judges doon invited me to join Cinema One Originals.
Right.
So doon ko sinabit yung Confessional. And then after that, naging station ID, ko ng Cinema One. Yun.
Ito ako sa'yo, yung nakakatawang weird connection na to was, ako yung nag-design ng Cinema One Originals logo.
Oh, okay.
When I was still working in ABS-CBN. Papaalis na ako nun kasi parang gusto ko na gumawa ng mga post-prod stuff, ng VFX, ganyan. That's one of the last things I did like the week before. It was the Cinema One Originals logo. And I didn't have the foresight. na parang baka dapat i-try ko din. So nakita ko na lang when I was hear people talking about you and your work. Tapos nakita ko rin na pinalitan na yung logo na ginawa ko kasi ikaw na yung nasa logo, ganun. So parang, sinong director to?
Nagulat nga ako na bigla ako naging logo Parang, ayun.
Poster boy ng Cinema One. Well, your tastes fit Cinema One kasi yung sina Inarritu, sina Almodovar. Very, very, I call it, very Ronald Arguelles taste.
I guess. Yeah.
I saw Ronald, the head ng Cinema One before. And you worked on the commercial aspect of things. And of course, parang hindi natin enumerate all your film projects. But eventually, you landed yung Bayaniverse series. And as we filmmakers know, parang ang hirap, to break into just getting your ideas funded.
Yeah.
But you've had substantial experience in getting your work off the ground. So parang, how did you do it?
Medyo disappointing yung sagot ko dyan kasi tsumamba lang talaga. Tsamba lang siya. Na-discover ko yung script nila Ed Rocha nung Heneral Luna. It was a different title back then. Tapos nagpaalam lang ako na i-rewrite siya into something na mas contemporary. Kasi parang mid-90s pa yung script ng Luna.
Tagal na.
Tagal na.
Anong title dati?
Parang
Bigotillo.
The Rise and Fall of The Rise and Fall of Antonio Luna. Parang ganun. Sorry.
Okay.
Whirlwinds of Dust. Yun, may ganun.
Okay.
Wow.
Funny kung Bigotillo talaga yung nakalagay. Bigotillo.
Yun. Tapos, so pumayag si Ed, nag-meet kami for the first time. Tapos pumayag siya na i-rewrite ko and then pinapasa ko sa kanya. Natuwa naman siya. And then, this was around 2012 or 13, panahon nung sana dati. Pero knowing na historical siya, alam ko na hindi ako makakahanap ng funding for that. I was ready, nung pagkasulat ko ng script, I was ready to just let it go and just give up. Kasi, sino makakahanap ng pera for this? Wala namang gumagawa ng ganun.
Right.
So yun, so kinalimutan ko na siya. I was trying to do other stuff. I think I was shooting another episode of Shake, Rattle, and Roll by then. Yung ulam. Tapos, tumawag na lang one day yung mga, sina Ed Rocha, sabi may pera na. I wasn't even doing anything. Parang biglang, okay, hindi ako marunong gumawa ng historical, pero sige, gawin natin.
Okay.
Yeah. So medyo parang may pagka fake it till you make it na aspect siya. I really didn't know what I was gonna do, but we just planned to make sure na effective yung pelikula. And yun, nagulat na lang kami na nag-succeed siya.
Wait, before we go further, kasi na-mention mo yung Shake, Rattle, and Roll. So parang, how was that jump like mula sa horror? Kasi actually, arguably yung confessional, which obviously kaya ako paulit-ulit sinasabi kasi love ko siya. Saka canon na siya sa UP film ngayon. Rattle and Rats. Although, sino ba nag-require sa amin manood nun? Si Ramon Bautista.
As in required viewing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So along with Raya Martin, which is another story altogether. But parang yun, kasi iba yung genres mo eh. And you landed doing horror. So parang how was that jump like as a creator from horror to historical?
How was that jump? Actually, hindi siya problema for me. Kasi I treat every project as differently. Na parang ano yung mga specific problems na kailangan kong i-solve for this story or for this tone or for this genre. Parang gano'n. So, parang di ako masyado nahihirapan for that. Yung Confessional was like mockumentary and then I followed that with a sort of serious drama, yung mga tiyanan. And then, doon ako nagkaroon bigla akong tumalon sa Shake, Rattle, and Roll kasi tumawag lang yung Regal. Kahit wala akong alam sa horror, for some reason, they saw something in me. In-invite akong gawin yung Puneraria. Tapos, yun. So, I just started solving problems for, how do I do horror?
Kasi I've always been curious, parang, kasi puro ganyan narinig kong kwento, puro cold call sa parang, sa tingin mo, ano yung nahanap nila sa'yo? Or sinabi ba nila sa'yo na parang, nakita namin kasi yung shot mo dito. So parang, parang we want that film to have that.
Hindi ko alam kung sino sa Regal yung nag-recommend sa akin. Basta tumawag na lang sila one day at sinabing, in-invite ako to do it.
Okay.
Ayun, so when I was doing Shake, yung ulam, tapos sinabi nila na go na yung Heneral Luna, ganun pa rin. Parang how do I do a historical film? And not only that, parang how do I make history exciting for audiences? Kasi Yun yung parang pinaka number one problem na gusto kong isolve back then. So, yun. So, ang naisip ko was to make it funny and yung buhay na buhay siya. So, kasama na dun yung pag-cast ni John Arcilla. Na parang pinipeg ko na parang si Toshiro Mifune na So, may pagkagano.
Yeah, even the violence is very humorous.
Yeah.
Over the top siya.
Yeah, sumasawang na ulo. Yeah, mga ganun.
Siya ba yung first choice?
May 3 top choices
Oh, I want
for
to
that.
hear.
Yeah.
After, I don't know.
So, nag-audition si Mark Abaya, nag-audition si John Arcilla at si Jericho Rosales. Nag-audition sila 3.
Oh, foreshadowing.
Yun. Oo. So, si Jericho, tinanong namin siya kung pwede ba siyang, kasi gusto namin siyempre siya yung pinaka-recognizable. So, siya yung una namin tinanong. Ang problema, ayaw magpataba ni Jericho for the role kasi magpapakasal siya back then. Okay. Sinabi niya naman niya to elsewhere. So, ayan. So, okay, bye. Pero nung pagdating ni John Arcilla, parang, wala na.
I mean, game.
Oh, wala na. Siya na yun eh. So, ayun, siya na. And then Mark Abaya ended up playing the younger version of John Arcilla.
I've always wanted to ask you this. Okay, so si Antonio Luna, nung buhay pa siya, in his prime, he was in his mid to late 30s. Mid-30s, ganun. Parang, was the age a factor nung nagka-cast ka?
Yes, pero nung alam namin, si John is older than the actual character.
Yes.
So what we ended up doing was just make sure na consistent yung itsura ng mga cast. Na kung older tong isa, kung historically parehong age si Luna at si whoever, yung age ni John Arcilla medyo match dun sa age ng co-actor niya. Para visually consistent siya. Kaya hindi siya match dun sa historical ages.
Hindi yung tipong may biglang may love interest na artista tapos mas matanda na pala siya ganun.
Yeah.
With lots of erasure of
Walang girl.
Ako may tanong ko sa Heneral Luna. So, with Heneral Luna, I'm sure you didn't expect the virality of the humor in the movie. So, I wanted to know how you felt during that time. Kasi syempre, that was like, this is 2015. Guys, this was like Tumblr era, okay? This was like shipping era. So, kasagsagan ng Tumblr. So, and fanfiction. So, I wanted to know how you guys felt na parang, ginagawa nilang memes or parang may mga fan cam or like they're pairing up like Mabini Aguinaldo with Mabinaldo. Like,
Wait,
these
what?
thoughts mo doon. Yes.
Mabini Aguinaldo.
Mabinaldo.
Yeah.
Lumpos si
Hey,
Di ko alam ang physics nun, so bahala kayo.
love knows no boundaries.
Yun. I was honestly, I've never encountered that before.
Educated.
Wala akong ka-idea sa mga shipping na yan. And then nakita ko na lang yun. Kasi some of the loudest fans of Luna were those people, yung mga nagsiship. And pag may mga Q&A sessions, may mga meet and greet, sila yung mga pinaka-maingay na nandun na nagko-cosplay din.
Right.
So nagulat na lang ako. And then I started looking into that parang, wow, may ganito pala, Magbinaldo and kung sino-sino. Yeah, I guess it's a subculture na kung saan sila masaya, sige.
I'm curious how the cast felt nung time na yun eh. Did they ever, like,
And they were very aware pero hindi ko alam po anong feelings nila about it.
like, did they play it up or was it something to consider for the next film na, let's put more bromance?
First si John Arcilla suddenly gives Epi Quezon a look.
Ganun.
Hi, good morning.
Combing his, big arm.
Good morning.
No, nung na-encounter ko siya sa Luna, that's when I figured na, okay, kung matuloy man yung Goyo, maybe I should really, a bit, medyo ipasok ko ng konti yung mga ganong elements.
Yung mga friendship.
Oo.
Skinship.
Pero hindi ko alam kung saan kakagat yung mga shippers. So, nung na-realize ko sa Goyo na may Jovente na pala. So, si Joven tsaka si Vicente Enriquez.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Tapos yung medyo blossoming, well, at least for me, yung Maven nung time na yun. But it was like super brief. Manuel L. Quezon and Joven. Si Joven talaga yung siniship.
Pero bata pa si Joven.
No? He was 19 sa Goyo.
Yeah, tapos si Quezon was, well,
Quezon was young. Yes.
sa bagay, o nga, so hindi nagkakalayo pala.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
So for Quezon, knowing the story of Quezon and Osmeña, parang okay, nakita ko na may Quezmeña na. Yun na.
Tsaka may mga photos si na Quezon talaga siya kasi Osmeña. Si Quezon nakaganon yung kamay niya kay Osmeña.
So,
Yeah.
you were saying historically, this was
Historically-
quite accurate na may bromance sila?
No, they were being lampooned by the press back then. Na para silang married couple kung mag-away. So you'll find some editorial cartoons na na parang I think nasa marriage ceremony sila or something. Parang ganun. Yeah. Usually ganun. Kasi away bati sila every time.
Yeah, so I hope you're glad to know that, sa AO3, there's like 300 Goyo fanfics, 299 Heneral Luna fanfics. And we have like 4 Quezon fanfics na ang bilis talaga ng fandom.
One day babasahin ko yung mga yan. So.
Live reading
Tapos in-enjoy mo siya.
with the cast.
Marami ka kailangang isagot.
Oh, no.
Ang tanong na masasagot, fellas, is it gay to dance with your VP? Because you had like that whole dancing.
Yeah, that was my idea and mostly
okay.
for the fans. Kasi
Good L.
yun lang siya. The Quezon had 2 versions. The first one actually iba yung katango niya. I think it was yung mga naghahanap kay Jose Laurel dun sa kwento. Nandun siya sa first version doing the tango with Quezon. Pero I had to remove him tapos naging Osmeña na yung
Ooh.
ayun.
So it's so interesting because like what we can go back to the other films, but I just wanted to say in terms of like the shipping context, it's because in the film, it's different chapters, right? It's Quezon versus Joven versus ganon. But for me, and I think for all the other shippers, it's a heart. It's like Quezon loves Joven. Quezon, parang yung all the beefing, I feel like, can be turned into, unresolved tension. So that's the impression I got.
Para siyang script for every other thing na napapanood ko sa
Enemies to lovers. What I found interesting, which I wanted to ask you also sa Quezon, was like, from Gobernador General Leonard Wood, we shouldn't be doing this at night, Casey. What would the neighbors think?
Yeah.
Diba? Tell me that was not self-aware. Tell me that was not pure, unadulterated bromance.
Yeah, we were just having, I was just having fun actually with the characters. Hindi naman siya deliberate na for the shippers and what.
Yeah, pero how did Ian Glenn feel about that line? Parang natatawa ako sa exchange nila during that time eh. Like, I really didn't expect it to be so unserious.
Yeah, gets naman niya yung humor. And when we were doing it, sobrang nag-look forward siya dun sa eksenang yun na i-shoot namin. Kasi yun yung parang pinaka-favorite niya na eksena sa lahat. Of course, hindi naman ganun kahaba yung
Yung lasingan.
yun time.
Patumbahan ng bote.
So, yung lasingan scene ang talagang he was really looking forward to doing that. And when we shot that, medyo it was so hot sa set. Tapos naka full costume pa sila.
Of course, oh.
Yeah, pawis na siya. Pero they really enjoyed.
Yeah, I really feel like Quezon was like the fruition of all the yung mga fandom shipping kasi Quezon is a man of many words, but also Quezon is the launcher of many shippings in this Bayani-verse. So, nakakatuwa lang yung naging progression. However, that said, do you feel like all the memes and all the pairings and the shipping and all the jokes kind of detract from what the movie wants to convey? This goes for all the films in the Bayani-verse. Any thoughts mo doon? Like, does it encourage or do you feel like they're going there for the wrong reasons?
Well, kasi the best I can do is just make sure na malinaw yung intentions namin sa pelikula. And however the public wants to consume that piece of film, sila na bahala. If they want to focus on the shipping, okay, fine. If they want to focus on the actual messages of the movie or yung mga tema, that's great also. Pero again, that's out of my hands na. So, yeah, basta kung saan kayo masaya, okay na.
Yeah, I feel like it becomes a good gateway naman. I mean, you end up becoming more interested in history, at least for some of the viewers.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people na parang naiinis sa mga ganun pag nag-susip. Pero ako, whatever. Yeah.
Well, kasi ako naman, it's gotten me to think about all that, especially nung narinig ko na may may mga BL stories with
Kismenya, Mabinaldo,
Mabinaldo, ganun.
Maven.
Because parang these were real people. Diba? These are real people.
May line, no? Yun pa yung awkward kasi they're historical figures and you're like basically making like the peso bills.
Yeah. But at the same time, patay na sila.
Oo.
Yes.
And arguably, as Doctor Who once said, we're all stories in the end. So,
Sure.
so pag patay na tayo, ano na tayo? We're just characters in someone's narrative.
Point.
So, parang ako personally, I don't know how you reconcile that. Pero kasi ako hindi ko ma-reconcile na the fact that these are real people. But at the same time, stories na lang sila. And arguably, in a lot of ways, your narratives are on that level because that's your perspective, that's your point of view, and it's another story about people who are technically characters na lang ngayon kasi matay na sila.
Well, ang difference kasi dyan is some of them, yung mga ginawa nila in real life have implications pa rin at nagmamanifest pa rin sa buhay natin. Like Quezon, marami siyang ginawa na hanggang ngayon in place pa rin. So, yeah, it's kind of tricky, pero again, how people choose to consume yung pelikula, sila na yun. If they want to enjoy it in some other way, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, since we're already there sa Quezon, no, parang we're talking about how people want to consume the film. No? Parang, so let's be categorical. Sure, according kay Bart's, the author is dead. But unfortunately, for Bart's, this guy is still alive and he's here right now. So we can ask you,
Yay!
what are you actually trying to say with Quezon?
Well, una, I understand how some people feel na a film should have all the answers or present solutions. Pero hindi ganun yung atake ng tatlong pelikula, yung Bayaniverse trilogy. It's always been about posing certain questions about us, yung Filipino identity. And kung paano, how our fight for independence was compromised at each step of the way. Parang ganun. So, pero ang pinaka-shortest answer dyan is it always tries to parang hold a mirror to the audience. Para mapag-usapan kung ano yung mga bagay na paulit-ulit. Yung mga hindi nagbabago mula dati, ano tayo ngayon, and ano yung mga pwedeng baguhin. So, palaging ganun siya. So, kahit ba medyo iba-iba ng konti yung atake ng tatlong pelikula, it's still the same thing, which was pretty much inspired by Nick Joaquin's A Question of Heroes.
You mentioned yung atake kasi, okay, I'll tell you now since nandito ka. I was supposed to write this in a review but might as well, di ba? Yung Quezon is totally different from the other entries in the Bayaniverse series.
Yeah.
Kasi unlike the other entries na naturalistic, intense, this was a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Hindi lang siya patayan, hindi lang siya intensity ng emotion. It was intense in the comedic sense. So, do you agree na it's a dark comedy or is it really satire?
Well, dito tayo nagkakaproblema eh. Define mo muna yung difference ng dark comedy at ng satire.
Smart. So, kung i-define natin yung dark comedy as, ano ba sabi ng Wikipedia? Wikipedia!
Magagalit yung viewers ng Wikipedia.
Gito na lang. How I define satire.
Yeah, sige.
Sige.
Kasi actually, maraming tao na nag-aaway sa internet kasi wala silang definition of terms. Diba?
Yeah, dun sa infamous event na yun, dun din nagkagulo-gulo. Kasi,
Really? What event?
I don't know. Bakit may nabalitaan ako na may nangyaring viral.
Ay, nahulog.
Ayun.
Log.
Yun.
Mahal ang microphone.
Mahal ang
Ayos. Mahal ang microphone.
Saluhin.
Whether Shure yan o Samsung o karaoke mic, mahal yan.
Yes.
Pag nalaglag, sira yan.
Dapat may taga-salot kayo next time.
So to SB19, yung nasinalo niyo yung microphone ni Rico Blanco doon sa concert.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job.
You are saving lives.
But again, so, yun nga.
Okay.
Let's define satire vis-a-vis dark comedy.
Okay, so maraming people will define satire in different ways. Pero the way I see it is basically a way of poking fun at something na seryoso. It's a kind of tone, of course. So tono siya na you can, it's parang pinapresent mo yung something na seryoso in a comedic way para i-criticize siya or i-interrogate.
Okay.
Parang ganun siya. So may mga iba-ibang levels yun. Hindi lang ako expert sa satire definitions, pero in general, ganun siya. As to, hindi ko alam kung how you define dark comedy na separate doon kasi I would assume na satire is also dark comedy. I think ang magkaiba is satire and farce. Which is farce is pure silliness. Oo, na talagang nandun siya for comedic effect na hindi kailangan na may punto siya. Ang satire, meron siyang punto. Meron siyang gustong sabihin.
May nire-reflect siya.
Mm.
And it's satirical if there's an existing thing that you're using and reflecting it back at that.
Absurdity siya, but it's based on reality.
Oo. So, when you do satire na kwento, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi totoo yung kinakwento mo. You're just telling the story in a comedic way para pag-usapan niya.
It's like second-hand embarrassment.
Parang
Right.
Kasi it happens in real life over and over again.
So are
in
you
this
saying
country.
are you saying na since kung satire tong Quezon, does that mean na we're not really watching the Quezon but an interpretation of
projection.
a projection of Quezon
Projection?
based on the message that you want to impart?
lahat naman is an interpretation when you put it into film eh. Wala namang hindi interpretation. Kahit sino pang filmmaker yan, once they try to put history into film, it's always an interpretation. Just the fact of casting some actor na may sariling interpretation din ng character na yun.
Right. Hindi naman si Manuel Quezon yun.
Oh, so palagi siyang it's a sobrang distilled na siya na form. Pero to be clear, yung pag-structure ko ng kwento, Quezon is like half satirical and then sa second half, pagdating kay Aguinaldo, mas nagiging seryoso na siya.
Oo eh.
Diba?
Ano na siya eh, sad clown story.
Oh, so nag-switch yung tono niya. So I start off really high-pitched na medyo comedic, na medyo silly yung galaw nila.
Vaudeville.
Yeah, very vaudeville.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was a dark comedy kasi yung movements are very theatrical, which was not what you did before.
Oo. So sadya naman light yun kasi parang the first emotion that I felt when I was doing all of the research was parang nakakatawa tong mga taong to. And oo, yung mga pinagagawa nila, yung mga pinagsasabi nila, even yung mga akala mong hindi mo naman mahanap sa libro, like si Magsaysay na doon na si Tomas Opus was, yung nangungutang pa siya ng pera kay Manuel Quezon, tapos sabi niya, ano to? Dahan-dahan ka na naman sa pambababae kasi kinuha mo na lahat na. Sabi ni Tomas Opus, kinuha mo na lahat na maganda eh. Nasa libro yun. Pati yung nililigawan ni Quezon si Tony de las Alas for the Speaker of the House. Lahat yun, nasa books yun. So, when I was reading all of that, parang ako mismo yung natatawa. And gusto kong i-translate yung feeling ko discovering all of those stories into the film. So, ganun siya. Pati yung sense of discomfort that I felt when I was reading all of those stories, parang, teka, medyo controversial to, pero sige, ilagay natin. Kasi gusto kong ipasa yung controversy, yung feeling na yun dun sa audience, yung discomfort, para pwede nating pag-usapan. Yun. So, while may mga, hindi naman a lot, pero may mga bagay dun na kailangan kong baliin for entertainment purposes and thematic purposes. Pretty much a lot of the stories there can be found in books. And to be clear, ang pinaka-main source namin was Carlos Quirino's Quezon Paladin of Philippine Freedom. Ayun. So, yun yung pinaka-main book. And then we cross-referenced a lot of other books. Mga biography ni Osmeña, ni Leonard Wood, ni Manuel Rojas. May libro si McCoy, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan, sa Colonial something. Yun. So,
sorry. When you said McCoy, una ko naisip, McCoy with an M-A-C-O-Y.
MCCOY. Yes. Sorry.
Makoy.
Kasi
It's good to clarify.
Kasi may Marcos Quezon connection kasi di ba niligawan ni FM Senior yung dalawang Quezon.
Dito ka nag-aabot sila for sure.
Yeah.
Alfred McCoy. Tama ba?
Alfred McCoy.
So, yun. It's pretty much a lot of cross-referencing. So, yeah. I was reading all of that and I found it really funny. And I think yun yung pinakatamang tone for that. Kasi kung ginawa kong seryoso yung buong thing, para akong masyadong ano to? Parang pinapagalitan ko lang silang lahat na parang masasamang tao to mga gato. That's not the whole point of the trilogy. It's more of to humanize them and show yung mga bayani are also people.
Right.
Yun.
One of the things na nababasa ko online, not to white knight you or whatever, pero ang dami kong nababasa na parang, ba't hindi mo pinakita yung ganito? Ba't di mo pinakita yung kabaitan niya and all that? Or ba't di mo pinakita na ganito yung nangyari? So before you know it, people want to see every single detail of his life. And we've seen those biopics na kinikwento mula sperm cell ka hanggang kinremake ka.
Kaya dito, ano yun, kakaibang Quezon nakikita mo dito.
Siyempre, wala man talaga sperm cell kasi ang weird nun. Diba? But still, why do we need to see everything? Parang, does that bother you na people have a need na to have this definite narrative na alam nila lahat from beginning to end?
I don't know the answer to that. Parang, pero I've been encountering that since Heneral Luna na sometimes people criticize the film for what it chooses to omit.
Yes, yeah.
Kasi parang deconstruction siya of a hero that you grew up knowing and learning about in school.
Pero I tell people na film is a medium of omission. Yung fact na panpili ko ng kwento, pagpili ko ng tema, I'm already omitting other stories sa buhay ng isang tao.
Right.
And a historical figure is many things to different people. So, pwede akong pumili ng isa o dalawa, pero may iwanan ko yung iba for sure.
Right.
Yan. And sa case nung Quezon, gets ko yung people wanting to see yung mga accomplishments niya, etc. Pero parang, ano siya yung pelikula, it's a dialogue, it's a conversation with the Filipino audience. So hindi siya nag-exist in a vacuum. Meaning, di ba sinasabi nila sana mas balanse?
Yes.
May mga ganun na sana pinakita ko yung ganyan.
Na baka masyado daw negative yung depiction.
Oo. Pero kasi, yung mga positive stuff na ginawa ni Quezon, nagma-manifest na siya in real life. So, we are already living in it.
Visa-free tayo sa Israel.
Yes.
Because of Quezon.
Oh, and then yung women's suffrage, etc. Lahat yon, we are already living in it. So, ito yung pambalanse, ito yung pelikulang to. Hindi para sirain siya, kundi ipakita yung other aspect of the person. Kasi two things, hindi siya zero-sum game na mabuting tao lang siya or masamang tao lang siya. One person is very complicated, so pwede mo ipakita yung different aspects ng isang tao. Ayun.
Well, it's great that you express that. Kasi, di ba, yung diskurso ngayon sa mundo ng social media, ba't di mo pinakita yung ganyan-ganyan? Although, ako, I admit, parang, then again, parang tapos na, gawa na yung pelikula and all that. And then, di lang admit. Ito na lang itanong ko. Meron bang deleted scenes or scenes that you omitted na si Quezon was pensive thinking about, am I doing the right thing?
Meron siyang question din sa sa yung conversation niya with Aurora na parang naniniwala ka ba sa kapasidad ko bilang senador. That was pretty much it. Wala akong ibang delete na eksena kasi I wanted to maintain that theme of power games.
Okay.
So, ganun. So, and honestly, when I was doing all of that research, hindi ko naman na-encounter yung ganun. It's always Quezon being very decisive and knowing when to shift gears with certain
Yeah, he's
people.
just gaming the system, honestly. Don't know why it's all on him. I mean, it's always been there.
Yeah, you'll find certain people sa mga ibang biographies describing Quezon na parang he can be 50 different things to people.
Right.
Ganun. So, ganito siya sa isa.
Kaya mo siya sinabing chameleon, di ba?
So, ganun talaga siya. And honestly, yung mga ibang lines na sinasabi niya dun sa pelikula were really lifted from books and biographies. So, ganun siya. Pabago-bago siya sa mga iba-ibang tao. Depende sa kung anong kailangan niyang ma-attain.
So, with that, I mean, again, you made the film about him, so dapat iyon na yung statement mo. But if you're going to be asked right now, so, very boyaboo na question, sino ba talaga si Quezon para sa'yo? I mean, parang feeling ko redundant kasi you already made a 2-hour film. But, kunwari thesis statement.
The who.
Thesis statement.
Soundbite.
Maka-soundbite naman.
Kunwari thesis panel defense. What is the thesis of your research? What is the thesis of your research?
Buti na hindi ako nag-film major. So, wala akong ganyan. Quezon is of course, again, he's a very complicated figure. He fought for a lot of good things. Pero, nakatali yon with his quest for power. So, ang hirap i-separate yung dalawang yon. Kasi minsan hindi mo alam kung many times sincere siya, pero minsan hindi ka sure kung he's using that to also gain power. Kaya nga merong conversation dun sa simula na ano to, para mahatid niya sa progress yung bayan, kailangan niya ng kapangyarihan. Parang gano'n. So palaging gumaganon yung dalawang bagay niya.
Parang kung pinapili mo si Quezon, parang is it for yourself or for the country? Why not?
Oo nga.
Oh.
Yes.
Kaya nga I am the Philippines. So medyo ganun siya. Although, again, yung line na yun, yung dialogue niya, nasa libro din yun.
So sinabi niya talaga yun?
Wow,
Yung-
he's very confident.
Oo,
Very patin eh.
I forgot yung...
the Senate.
Yeah, no, he was looking at someone and sabi niya, yun, look at this person. Bakit siya may malusog na katawan samantalang ako naging Tapos yan, sabi niya, I am the Filipino people. I am the Philippines.
Okay. Baka naman siya check out niya si Seryo Osmeña. Parang lusog na katawan mo. I'm the Philippines. I want to hug you.
Oh, and also parang nililigawan niya nun, no? Kasi, di ba, parang hot and cold. So, may...
Ito na, fuma-fan.
No, kasi do appreciate that yung bromance. Kasi di ba, you said nga may mga interaction naman talaga sila na, I mean, is platonic, but you know.
Yeah. Tsaka, I think iba yung norms back then. Mas physically intimate.
We're secure in our masculinity,
Yeah.
di ba?
Oo.
To be that intimate with your friend.
Holding hands. Laging ganun si Quezon. Aguinaldo, may holding hands sila.
Ngayon lang naman nagkakamali siya eh.
Ngayon
If
nga,
ever
photo
meron.
ng mga ilustrado sa Europe na nakaganon ata si Alejandrina, sa arm ng isa. Parang ganun. Forgot.
Right.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Meron bang may photo kaya si Antonio Luna tsaka si Felipe Buencamino na nakaganon na. So,
Nakakatawa nga yung bromance eh. I feel like that humanizes them, at least for me.
Saka tao pa rin yan eh. I mean,
Oo nga.
tayo ngayon, tao noon, same.
Goyo being an F-boy, very humanizing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when I grew up, you know, learning about him, batang general. But when I watched the film, it's like, oh my gosh, what an F-boy. He's playing with those girls.
Yeah.
Deserve joke.
Every probinsya, no?
Yung mga letters na yan, nandun yun sa libro ni Teodoro Calao. Yung mga letters ng mga babae.
Accurate pa.
Ayan.
Sinaunang mga player.
Kasi kung bawat probinsya, magkano ginagastos siya sa bawat isa? Parang magkano ba sweldo ng mga ganun?
May afford nga niya na, may photographer, diba? May documentation.
Pero kasi if you do the math, parang wow, dami mong pera. Wait, kasi yung war na yan, kusa nila yan eh. Nagkataon lang na some of them were more well-off than the others. So, suportado sila ng pamilya nila-ish. Pero again, kung manchichicks ka ng bawat probinsya, ilang probinsya at the time makino-consider nilang kanila. Diba? So, sabihin natin 12 provinces, 15 provinces. Tapos meron siyang pinaiyak bawat isa. Yaman niya.
Yeah. Sabihin na lang natin na maraming na-avail si Kuya. So,
But that's something they can research, diba? Parang I feel like a lot of, lalo na yung marketing for this, and good job market team for like all the memes. I love it so much. But also yung target talaga natin, diba, yung students and teachers, diba? That's why there's like that special price for the tickets. So, parang I wanted to know rin yung thoughts mo about that. Like, do you feel like it brought more interest among the students? Kasi at least ako, I shared with you nga, before this, na yung sister ko got really into the Bayaniverse and like just researching beyond that. So, is that kind of like the objective rin you want for like students who are getting into this?
na-realize namin yun after Luna, na yung mga students lang isa sa pinakamalaking crowd na pwede naming ma-attract for that. So, honestly, hindi ko maalala kung may DepEd advisory din back then. I think meron. Pero for Quezon, we invited them to the screening, tapos sila na mismo yung nagsabi na may advisory silang ilalabas for that. Yun, hindi siya requirement. It's more like, parang tinuturo lang nila na, hey, this is worth, studying. Parang
Very interesting kasi parang this is a government institution endorsing a film that basically eviscerates
Yes.
a government.
I know. I know. Sila tanongin mo kung bakit. Pero nagustuhan nila yung pelikula.
Yeah, it ignites interest in our actual history. Ano ba yung mga they can compare, diba? What happened talaga in real life, ano yung depicted in the film. And I feel like ako, when, as a 90s kid, for me, what ignited the history buff in me was Rizal ni Cesar Montano. So maybe that's the effect it's gonna have now for like the Skibidi Gen Alpha generation.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Because it is so hard to get their attention. So for Quezon to have their, a captive audience from like the marketing or like the memes and all that. I feel like it helps even though it feels like it's so unserious, it's so humorous. Pero I don't know what you think about it, but for me lang, I feel like it helped rin, lalo na for that generation to have interest in the whole franchise.
Yeah, I'm happy. Actually, marami kami na nakikita na mostly mga young people watching Quezon. I'm really happy na ganun. And if anything, despite all of the noise, it's really more about having conversations about history. Yun yung pinaka-importante sa akin. Kahit ba anong pag-usapan nila about the film, ang importante pinag-uusapan yung history.
Kung kahit ano yung hyperfixation nila to, at least it's still Quezon.
Yeah, oo.
And Bayaniverse in general, kasi you can watch it, diba? You can watch the entirety of the first 2 films.
Nasa YouTube.
It's on YouTube. So, a lot of people are rewatching it to kind of connect it to this. Yun ba yung parang goal rin na it's all kind of tied together?
Parang Marvel.
Yeah.
Si Quezon yung may Infinity Stones.
Kaya planado naman siya ever since. Nung 2012 was also like, Iron Man was 2008.
Yes.
Oh, so back then parang paunti-unti nire-reveal nila yung Avengers na movie, di ba? Tapos yun sabi ko, wouldn't it be really great kung meron tayong ganyan pero actual historical figures. So ayun, yun yung pinitch ko. So 3 pelikula, Luna, Goyo, Quezon.
Imagine ko bigla, siguro, sa ending ng Quezon, bigla lalabas si Rizal. Casey.
Nasa ibang alternate universe siya. Buhay pa.
Casey.
Then, so, pwede kong gawin
I am the Philippines.
pwede kong gawin yung Spider-Man nang tuturuan ng 3 Quezon na kasi may TJ ka, may Ben Alves, si
May
Pinich.
picture na pinost, I think
Oo,
it's
ginawa
online.
nila.
Ginawa niya na yun.
Ginawa nila.
Screening.
Tapos dadating si Raymond Bagaching.
Yun, dati
Yun yung kind of
Yun na.
random Quezonception.
Lalabas yung rings, tapos lalabas silang lahat, di ba? Ganun. Tan, tan, tanan. Ganun.
Like, I feel like because of this franchise, you'll never look at your peso bills the same way again. I know I don't.
Well, ako,
I look at-
ako sa dati.
I look at them lovingly, but also with hatred.
Ang ginagawa ko lang, tinutupi ko yung mata. So, parang ngumingiti sila at malungkot gano'n. Hindi alam ng marketing team ata yung dati. Pinakita ko sa kanila. Yung pag tinupi mo yung
Ay,
mata.
oo nga.
Tapos smile. So, gano'n. Wala lang.
Wow. So, ano sinabi ng marketing team mo? Wow, ang dad joke.
Yes, it's very,
Tsaka
Gen
tipid
X.
na kayo sa photo card kasi yun na nga yung 20 peso bills. Ni Quezon, yun na yung papamigay.
Ay, parang okay kung may Jericho Rosales kayo na ginagawa.
I know. Oh, ayan na. TBA.
nagawa ni Iko nun eh. So,
Gawan natin ng 20 peso bill.
So, Quezon ended with Mambo, Magsaysay, Mambo.
Good to mention that.
Wow. Naalala ko pa yung lyrics.
Mambo.
Our democracy will die kung wala si Magsaysay.
You know the way, it's so funny to me, like at least in the screening I was at, the crowd cheered as if it was like an Avengers review. And they were like, woo! I was like, yes, Magsaysay.
Lalo pa si Lansdale.
yeah.
Ramon Magsaysay.
Actually, siya yung Nick Fury. Si Lansdale, gano'n.
Sobrang surreal siya for me that people were clamoring for like a Magsaysay biopic after
So,
that.
are you going straight to Magsaysay? Or what are your plans? Can you talk about?
Is this suntok sa buwan?
Ang pinaka-honest dyan is pinalagay lang ng TBA is more of wishful thinking. Parang i-manifest lang natin, kumbaga.
Claim it.
Oo, pero ang totoo dyan is, for now, consider na muna nating sarado na yung Bayaniverse.
Okay.
And then, maybe in the future, kung may gana pa si na Daphne from TBA na tawagan nila ulit ako at sabihin na tuloy natin to.
Phase 2 daw, phase 2.
I don't think I can withstand another.
May timeline ka rin yung nakalagay.
Talaga, hindi pa kaya na may 3 films ko ulit na,
Hindi. If anything, magandang, if ever lang, kung may magsaysay, maganda siyang tapusin talaga doon. Kasi, yung 3 was like, yung journey ng fight for independence eh. And yung kung may pang-apat man, that's like, ano yung naging itsura nung fight na yan? And Magsaysay would be a nice,
Oo nga.
parang exclamation point dun sa kwento.
So you feel like there shouldn't be more pa after like another trilogy?
Kung yun ang susundan natin, yung fight for independence, kung may mga ibang temang pwedeng pag-usapan, ibang ano na yan. Yeah. And honestly, parang nabibitin pa ako sa character ni Nadia Hernandez. Parang gusto kong gamitin sa...
Diba? Parang pwede, abot siya sa Magsaysay eh.
Yeah. Pati Simon Confiado.
Oh, more work for
Yun nga
Monconfiado.
yung joke siya yung consistently nandun, mata si Joven, diba?
Yeah.
Siya si Nick, hindi siya Nick Fury. Siya si Coulson. Hindi rin.
Basta si Lance Day lang Nick Fury.
Oo eh, kasi may connection pa siya sa JFK assassination eh.
Oh,
Yeah, di ba?
umabot siya doon.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually that would be very fun to do if ever.
Easter egg.
Yung involvement ng CIA, yung myth ng aswang na ginagamit sa against the Hukbalat sa ata yun, di ba? Yun, mga ganun. Ang sarap daanan ng labo.
Bagong shake, rattle, roll.
Malay mo,
Naging horror.
pwedeng medyo horror siya ng konti. Ganun. Hindi natin alam.
Yeah, iba yung atake sa Quezon compared to the first.
Lagi naman iba eh. Goyo was very different from Luna. Quezon is different from Goyo.
Pero sobrang stark for me kasi syempre wartime era yung first two eh. So ito medyo, yun nga yung war of words naman siya.
Yeah.
Imagine ko ano, horror movie ngayon. Next na pa yan.
Oh, ito na, you have the, credentials for it. Gawin natin.
Well,
Rattle and roll.
Yeah. Lahat yun depende talaga sa TBA if they want to continue.
Well, okay, so you've been crossing genres. Kasi ito, pag-uusapan na natin ito, di ba? Horror and all
Lahat
that.
kino-cover niya, no?
There's a part of your filmography na that almost crossed into the superhero genre.
Yeah.
Iba?
Darna.
Darna. So, question, what happened to that Darna project?
Okay, sige. So, nung nag-back out si Eric Mati, diretso tumawag yung Star Cinema sa akin to take over. Nandun pa si Liza. Nag-meet kami ni Liza. Around that time, injured na siya dun sa finger. So, nag-back out si Liza. Tapos, sabi ko sa Star, mag-hold tayo ng open auditions. As in, for everyone talaga. And to be fair to them, as in, ginawa talaga nila from different regions. Nagpa-audition sila. And then, of course, yung mga stable of actresses nila na gustong sumali, nag-audition din sila lahat. Yun. Tapos, I ended up with like mga top 5 or top 6. Yun. Hindi ko na sasabihin yung mga iba. Pero, mamaya pag ano. Okay. Yun. Pero si Jane De Leon was unanimous naman. Nung tinabi ko lahat ng mga audition videos nila, si Jane De Leon yung pinaka-okay talaga. Kasi yung physicality, parang makikita mo na pwede siya maging action star. At the same time, kaya niya i-pull off yung tension ng drama ng kwento. Parang gano'n. So yun, they gave us the funding for that. Nagtawag kami ng stunt coordinator from Australia who does Marvel films also. Nunta siya dito, dinala niya lahat ng mga gamit niya. Sinet up niya yung gamit niya sa yung studio ng ABS sa Bulacan. Meron sila malaking studio.
Sa,
Something.
San Juan del Monte.
Yes.
San Jose del Monte.
Yun, basta yan. So yun, so nag-training na si Jane. Basically, kompleto na yung prep namin. Naka-storyboard na lahat ng mga action sequences. And then, there was a short film na origin story. Sa script ni Eric Mati, may nanay si Narda, si Iza Calzado yun. Wait, hindi ko alam kung si Iza pala yung kinas, pero may nanay si Narda. Tapos nung pagdating sa akin, dun ko naisip na I think it would be amazing kung si Iza Calzado is also an original Darna. Parang ganun. So gumawa kami ng separate na short film for that, na animated, na gumawa na si Arnold Are ng animatics for that. Tapos may voice acting na rin with the actors. So nag-i-exist yun and hopefully someday ma-release ko yun. Kahit ano lang siya, sobrang rough na animatics. Yun. And then we started shooting 20, ano ba yan? 20? Mala-mala, something. And then mga 16 days, nakashoot na kami ng 16 days, biglang nag-lockdown. For pandemic. We were about to shoot the first major fight scene nung pelikula. So, ayun, nakapag-train na si Jane for that. Ang ganda nung mga action scenes niya for that eh. Tapos, for a while, pinag-usapan muna namin kung paano namin matutuloy during the pandemic. Pero I think around that time, yun na rin yung nararamdaman na rin ng mga Star Cinema bosses na pasara na yung ABS dahil sa mga nangyayari elsewhere. Ayun, eventually sabi nila na mukhang isa-shelve nila yung project. I have like a 40-minute rough cut of the film.
Ooh.
It exists. Nandun siya. Pero walang major fight scene. Pero merong konting action scene na
Release the tarot card.
Yeah.
Baka pwede natin papanood yun. Kasi nung dati nung we had direct Mark Reyes over, syempre hindi pwede makita ng tao at the time yung parang presentation cut niya for Voltas 5 Legacy. So meron lang kaming literal reaction video kasi lahat kami nakatingin. Maybe we can have that na lahat tayo parang,
Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Pwede. Yeah, yun siya. Merong 40-minute rough cut. Actually, if anything, nangihinayang ako kasi gusto ko makita yung trabaho ng mga tao. Kasi they really did a great job. Pati si Jane De Leon, parang makikita niya kung gaano siya ka-okay doon. Yun. And then, nung na-shelve yung project, tumawag sa akin yung ABS ulit. Ino-offer nila to do a teleserye.
Right,
So, marami na nagbago dun sa kwento. Pero sabi ko back then, kasi I think parang may pinaplano kami with TBA na iba pang mga pelikula back then. So sabi ko, mukhang hindi pwede, hindi ko kaya kasi schedule conflict talaga siya. Totoong scheduling conflict siya. Kasi minsan may nakikita ako na parang creative differences, parang gano'n. Hindi, Star Cinema was really very gracious sa vision. Willing silang i-provide lahat within reason, of course. And then, yun na nga, I just said no to the teleserye and then Chito Ronya ended up doing the pilot episode. Ayun, and then wala na. So nasa archives ko na lang yung mga files.
Another question, ano yung costume ni Darna?
Hindi siya two-piece bikini.
Armor?
Medyo armor yung dito sa dito. Pero ganun pa rin.
Or your princess.
Oo, mas Zina.
Like yung New 52 Wonder Woman, yung balat dito pero still bathing suit-ish pero
Iisip ko talaga
movable. Ano yun? Parang because you were thinking of how Liza would look in it? Or Jay would look in it? Or?
Parang parang hindi ko ma-imagine na you have this character na naka two-piece bikini battling people and alam mo yun, with explosions and
It's like the fantasy armor meme, tapos nakabikini yung female character.
Red Sonja, di ba? Chainmail bikini.
I mean, maybe in other contexts pwede, pero dun sa Darna and dun sa pelikulang gusto namin gawin, parang bakit siya makikipaglaban ng bikini? Parang gano'n. Although I know it's tradition and it would be nice to...
It looks more badass yung idea that you're saying.
Yeah. So...
At least female gaze-wise.
So it's always, ano yun, parang idea mo or was it parang a carry over from the previous item?
No, ang design nila Eric Matthew was still the two-piece bikini. Yan. Actually maganda, nakita ko yung ibang designs, maganda siya. Pero yun yung una kong rason na parang hindi ko ma-imagine yung isang superhero na naka two-piece bikini na doing all of that. Ang second was practical purposes. Kasi yung harnesses na ikakabit namin, kung nakabikini lang siya, hindi namin alam kung saan namin ikakabit. So kailangan namin yung buong thing para, ayun, mas madali siyang paggalawin. Kasi we were doing a lot of mga bagay na hindi pa ginagawa dito. We were planning. So yung si Darwin, yung stunt coordinator namin, dinala niya yung actual gear na ginagamit nila for Captain Marvel back then. Yung may ganon. Ginawa din sa Superman.
Yeah.
Gumanon din siya. So may ganon dapat kami. Ayun, pero kung nakabikini siya, parang, paano namin gagawin niya? Kasi mahirap. Ayun. So, yeah. And she was going to do a lot of jumping and flying. Ayun.
Kasi kung sakali, like, for example, sa Superman, naka-bald cap si David Corenswet for the flight sequences kasi CG yung hair.
Yeah.
So, I can imagine, sorry, putting my VFX cap on. So, kung nakabikini siya, malamang meron siyang thing dito na kailangan burahin at i-CG.
Bago yun nga. So, bakit pa namin pahihirapan yung sarili namin na buburahin pa at magpapakita ng skin na CG, di ba? Gumawa ka na ng design ng costume na practical for that.
Yun. Fair.
Yun.
So, yun pala. So, yung mga comiceros dito and all the comic book fans, magano na kayo. Feel free to guess kung ano yung itsura ni Darna based on that
Release
description.
the tarot card.
Yeah. Nasabi ko nga elsewhere sa ibang podcast, parang someday gusto kong magpaalam sa Star Cinema na kung pwede kong i-release lahat yun. Maybe in a website or something. Basta ilatag ko lang lahat ng mga ginawa namin.
No, portfolio mo pa rin yun.
Para lang makita din ng mga tao. Kasi sayang Pati yung short film. Kasi kahit sobrang rough niya, ang sarap niyang panoorin. So, ayun. Wala lang.
Nasa phone mo ba ngayon?
Manifesting.
Nasa Vimeo.
Nasa Vimeo. Oh!
Hindi kita link. Ayan.
O yun, tapos mag-reaction video tayo na lahat tayo ganun lang.
Speaking of comics, are there other comic-based films?
I was offered one pero parang hindi schedule stuff.
Plastic man to, no?
And then, pero yun pala, yung Darna thing was supposed to start another cinematic universe.
Oh.
Nakaplano na siya for, mga 10 films ata. So, yung unang Darna, kung natuloy namin yun, nakaplant na doon si Elastic Man tsaka si Captain Barrel. Nandun. And then,
Cameos na.
and then parang basta nakaplanta doon yung mga seeds. So, nandun na siya, and then I was going to do parang 3 Darna films dapat yun. Na sa second Darna lalabas si Valentina. Tapos sa pangatlo, basta may ibang, na-based din sa actual comics.
Ano yung handle mo sa character ni Darna? Considering na, di ba, parang she's more known as a Wonder Woman knockoff daw.
Yeah.
So, how would your Darna have been unique?
Actually, nung na-meet ko si Liza, she was going through a lot back then. Tapos basta marami siyang kinuwento sa akin about her.
Ooh!
Yun. And yung mga struggles niya with trying to do that superhero movie.
Right.
So, after that conversation, sabi ko, parang gusto kong i-rewrite yung character na a superhero who's struggling also with her identity. Kung ano yung responsibility niya. I don't know, the usual with great power comes great responsibility. Ganun. So, yun yung buong kwento which Jane ended up doing na this person na batang-bata pa. Tapos pinasa lang sa kanya ng nanay niya ng original Darna, yung bato. Tapos hindi pa siya sure kung kaya niyang panindigan lahat yun. Kasi kasama din sa pagiging superhero niya, ang dami rin yung bashers online. Parang ganun. Hindi lang yan, isang aspect lang yan, pero ang dami.
So now, James Gunn.
Yeah, so ang daming implications and consequences nung mga ginawa niya. So, pwede ko naman i-spoil since hindi naman natuloy yung pelikula. So, parang ang dulo nun was actually iniwan niya yung bato somewhere. Nilibing muna niya yung bato for a while. And then supposedly, kung dumating yung second film, may mangyayaring catastrophe na, okay, fine, I need to get back. And then, ayun, ganun sana.
Paano niya kakainin yung bato mula sa lupa?
Basta. Pero, medyo in-Infinity Stone din namin yun kasi yung short film ni Arnold Are. Tatlo yung, may 2 babaeng kapatid si original Darna. So, tas may 3 bato sila, parang gano'n. So, may mga nangyari na,
Very rings of power.
Na-work out mo ba yung physics ng bato? Kasi para ano ba nangyayari? Nilunok ba niya yun?
Hindi ba nagle-liquefy?
May eksena yun sa pelikula na pinag-uusapan nila ni Ding kung anong mangyayari pag nilinok niya.
Oy.
Tapos paano niya ilalabas. Ayun.
I would have loved to see that.
Saying the quiet part out loud, yun naman lakas ng tinatanong natin whenever we watch Darna.
Yeah, kasi yung kay Joshua Saturna, di ba, parang siya parang, ang laki ng bato, anong gagawin ka dito? Sabi, sinubo niya, di ba? Ay, di ba?
We're excited for that.
Yeah, yung may mga, parang sa first part ng kwento na yun, parang kinakagat lang niya. Naka-necklace kasi. Nakagat lang sa
Very
siya.
candy.
Tapos ito yung prophetic doon kasi nung una, hindi pa siya Darna. Kasi pag nilinok lang niya, doon lang siya magiging Darna. So una, kinakagat lang niya. Tapos tatakpan niya yung sarili niya ng mask. So parang pre-pandemic, na siya. Parang okay, parang medyo freaky.
Vigilante.
Pero nakaganon siya, naka-mask.
Kasi hindi pa niya alam na isigaw yung Darna.
Hindi pa. Hindi pa. Tapos, ayun. Basta at some point na natutunan niya kung paano gano'n. So ang na-shoot namin was the first time na kinagat niya yung bato. Tapos nawala yung lip. Kasi tinuloy namin yung limp na kwento which is sino ba? Si Vilma ata yung gumawa. Tapos ayun. So, ayun. So, kinagat niya yung bata tapos nawala yung limb niya tapos nakatakbo siya ng super bilis. Sinabol niya yung bad guy.
Oh, ganda.
Then, yun, na-shoot namin yung part na yun.
Wow.
And then, a pandemic. So,
Sayang. That would have been, ano, that would-
Sana ma-revisit siya one day.
yeah. Sana.
Manifest.
But you know what? The nice thing about yung career mo is you are able to do these things. Kasi opportunity to na rare for any filmmaker. Na even some of our veteran filmmakers haven't had that opportunity that you have na you're able to tell very specific stories about very specific well-loved characters. Mapa bayani to, or bayani, or super bayani.
Yeah.
Diba? So parang, how do you look at your career so far with that? Wow, boyaboo na question na that. Pero paano mo titignan yung career mo given na you have that, you know, that opportunity, that privilege to tell
Looking back.
very specific stories. And that's still what you're gonna do in the future, di ba?
I hope so. Well, for one, I definitely don't take it for granted. So, alam ko na at any point, pwedeng mawala siya or pwedeng biglang wala na akong matanggap na offers or projects. Ganun. So, hindi ko siya tinitake for granted. So, I'm always like on the lookout sa anong pwede kong gagawin every time. So, kahit na ba I've done these large-scale projects, I'm still always constantly pitching to people. Ganun.
Pitching.
Yeah. So, yun, parang hindi ako nasa, petex-petex na, sige, darating yan, gano'n. Hindi. So, yun. So, hindi ko naman palaging hinahabol yung mga malalaking projects. So, kung ano man yung opportunity nandyan, palaging gano'n naman yung nangyayari eh. Parang, I wasn't planning to do Shake, Rattle, and Roll for like, magkakasunod. I wasn't planning to be a horror director. Pero yun yung opportunity na na-offer sa akin. So, sige. And then, nung nandun na siya, okay, paano ko gagawin tong masaya for me? Ganun siya. And then, nung dumating yung mga historical stuff, same thing. Na parang, okay, paano ko to gagawin masaya para sa akin at sa audiences? So, I don't know what the future holds. Basta sana masaya pa rin. Yun.
And before you go, kasi I know you have a lot of stuff to do. So kami, pizza pa tayo.
Kasama
Gutom na
sa
kami, hindi pa kami nagla-lunch. So before you go, parang, is there something you want to say to...
Okay, gusto mo kayong sabihin sa mga fans?
May gusto ba kayo sabihin?
Sa mga fans, kumusta? Charot.
Complete the question.
Joke lang. Is there something you want to say to filmmakers who want to follow your career? Is there also something you want to say to the people who have watched your movie, whether tupod, yung people who want to, to be able to do what you're doing. Second question, what can you say to the people who have seen your films, whether they agree or not? Parang what would you want to say to those people?
Well, this the first part, ang hirap niya sagutin eh kasi palagi ko namang ina-acknowledge na malaking part sa nangyari sa career ko is medyo luck. As in blind luck lang talaga siya na I wasn't really expecting all of this to happen. So, if anything parang just prepare a lot of material to pitch. Merong small scale, large scale, ganyan.
Ang kolekta, no? Kailangan puno yung binder mo.
Tapos to ako parang yes ka lang ng yes, tapos you're just gonna learn on the fly. Interesting skill set.
Yeah, medyo may ganun. Actually, pag nakatanggap ako ng project, dun lang ako nagsastart ng research talaga. So, I watched so many folks. So, ganun. Just prepare a lot of stuff. Pero, definitely, kasi medyo nasa shaky transition phase ang cinema. So, if anything, focus on the smaller scale stories. Kasi yung nangyari sa akin is pretty much just from the momentum of Heneral Luna. Hindi ako sure kung masusundan ko pa siya ng something na large scale. Unless na may kumatok na naman bigla na out of nowhere. Tapos parang, sige, yung gawin natin, kasi ko pala kung paano. So, ganun. I don't think naman na patay na ang film. Pero humina yung power niya. For sure. Para sa akin. So, I think mas importante ngayon na mag-innovate ang mga filmmakers. Not just with their stories, but also with the form itself. So, sobrang importante na just shake it up and find new ways of telling stories. And in different forms. Medium siguro. Ganun. And then as to the audience, paano ba? Siguro with regards to the historical movies, we always do our research. So siguro yung dito ako natatawa kasi minsan nagulat yung mga tao dun sa disclaimer na nilagay namin sa Quezon sa simula. Pero nandun sa 3 pelikula yung disclaimers na yun eh. So ang point lang naman niya is para lang in the same way na just take it with a grain of salt lahat. Yun. Pero yung mga kwento na yun are founded on research talaga. So, kahit ba ano yung maging usapan online, we encourage people to just go and watch the movie and have that conversation. Kasi if anything, yung conversations ang mas importante para sa akin. So, pag-usapan niyo yung kasaysayan, yung pelikula, and then form your own conclusions as much as possible, get out of the void of social media and have face-to-face conversations with people. Kasi,
Like this.
yun. Kasi dun siya nagmamatter talaga eh. Yung social media is more ingay talaga siya.
Touch some grass.
Oo. Mas performative tayo sa mga comment section eh. We don't go there to listen but to validate what we already believe in. Palaging ganun. So, ayun, just i-experience nyo lang yung pelikula and not just our film but actually the experience of going to the cinemas kasi sobrang importante niya in maintaining the dwindling culture that we have. Hindi mali yung dwindling flattening of culture. Naka-flatten yung culture dahil nasa mga telepono na lang tayo. Nandun na yung experience natin. Pero when you're in the cinema with lots of people, you go out, after that you talk to people, pinag-uusapan nyo, and then yung buong experience ng nanonood kayo sa sine, tumatatak yun sa buong katawan mo eh. So that's when you strengthen yung culture natin.
Well said. Well said. And with that, thank you.
Slow clap.
Slow clap, Ang galing!
I am the Angale.
Ang galing! Yan. Thank you. And with that, thank you very much for dropping by Nerd Rage
Yeah,
HT.
thank you for taking the time. I'm sure super busy ka kasi nga kasagsagan ng Quezon
Yes.
campaign ngayon.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Si Montagliano to.
Mon.
Ito, Jericho
That's
Posadas.
Jericho, and this is Aaron.
You better be saying nice things about some dude's grandpa.
Yes!
Wow. But sayang, you missed our conversation with Gerald.
I know. I was conveniently gone for that long.
Oh. What kept you busy?
Work in the editing bay.
All right, fair enough.
Pero that was quite a riveting discussion about a lot of things sa Quezon and beyond, diba?
Yeah,
We didn't just focus on Quezon. We talked about,
Darna.
yeah,
The Darna film that could have been.
just him as a person,
And
him
yeah.
as a creative person.
Yeah. Well, syempre, I have specific thoughts about the Quezon film, which at least nasabi ko sa kanya, so hindi ako duwag. But at the same time, I wasn't being a dick about it. He's always been a filmmaker I admired kasi he's gotten these really lucky breaks na most filmmakers can only dream of having in today.
Alam mo yung sinabi niyang hindi pa siya gumagawa ng historical, pero he just said yes. Alam mo yun, it's such an inspiring thing to have that kind of attitude na you don't know what you're gonna do, but let's just wing it. So,
He taking responsibility for 2016.
That's interesting kasi
2015 ba?
well, technically 2015.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Henry
2015. But what happened after?
Oh.
Well, he briefly touched on it, but he's always been open even in Reddit na
Parang coincidence lang.
Yeah. Then again, it would be unfair nga naman to pin it on one thing. It could be just one of many things.
Oh, I feel like different factors
Yeah.
led up to the strongman
It
era.
was an accumulation.
Yeah. So ngayon, paglabas ni Quezon, we're gonna be entering the Master Showman era.
Yes. I'm happy lang that he acknowledged the shipping and the shipping wars. So,
Oo nga.
very self-aware sila. Kasi if you listen to some of the dialogue in Quezon, some of them are quite suggestive of lots of romance.
Kinilig ka, no?
Of course! Bayani verse, more like BL verse.
But it's still something I admit I need to wrap my head around. Kasi nga, yun nga, existential questions eh. Parang people writing stuff about you that's not true. Pero ultimately, in the end, when we die, we're all stories.
How do you guys want to be written as one day?
I want people to write fanfics about me as long as, you know, I look good in them.
We want people to write fanfics about you and
Doesn't matter. It's gonna be like Quezon. Quezon
Karen.
stands everyone. Karen's game.
oh, okay.
What? It's like Gerald's game, Stephen King.
Parang gusto kong makabasa ng Karen May de Vera fanfic.
Ako Dapat iba yung gagawa.
Look,
Ibang perspective.
if someone right now out there listening has a really big crush on Kraken May, please do yourself a favor. Write your fanfic
Self-insert.
now. Yeah, write your
Self-insert
self-insert.
Literal self-insertion.
You probably don't have a chance with her in real life, but at least you'll have a chance and she'll read it.
I would read it. As long as it's written well.
Okay.
Challenge.
Hihintay gawin natin kay Gerald.
No, he's gonna be face palming us like, this is not...
But at least, he did address yung, at least his point of view regarding, that incident in power plant in their QD. Parang,
And what did we learn from it? From that?
Oh, ano, what did we learn from it? No, what did,
The point is, it doesn't matter who your grandparents are, always speak about them with reverence. It doesn't matter if maybe they were a CIA informant. It doesn't matter if maybe they helped the Japanese come here. It doesn't matter if maybe they ran the government at some point. We must always say nice things about our grandparents. Never defy your lolo or your lola, especially if they did nice things for this country on paper.
And I'm super happy that we're this, kahit, okay, rewind. Okay, so about Quezon, I mean, regardless of how you feel about the film, I'm quite happy that the younger generation, like the Gen Alpha Skibidi generation, are more interested in history now. It became their gateway, and since the first two films in the Bayaniverse are available on YouTube right now, people are watching it again. People are getting interested in their studies, and we love to see that, right? Regardless of how they got into it. Because, some people watched for the Pogi characters, or like the shipping, or the jokes, or the memes, or whatever. But, as long as you get people to watch it and have some awareness about our local history. But yeah, what did we learn from the exchange? At least for me, keep your cool.
Also, mahal ang mga microphone. Huwag niyo basta ibabagsak.
Sasalo mo yan, na.
Yeah. Well, yun, naalala ko na. Parang may takeaway kasi from that exchange. That specific part about him differentiating satire
Yeah.
as compared to, say, a dark comedy, Of course, that's gonna be a longer conversation, I think. Kasi parang it all boils down to definition of terms nga eh. And the academics, will always debate about what this term means or what that term means and all that. And things get agreed on by the community until it gets redefined afterwards. So, basically, ang takeaway dito is, kung anong takeaway nyo sa film, I guess can be valid or can be equally valid ang duwag ng sagot. What don't you think? But no eh. Ganun naman talaga eh, di ba? If you find that Quezon is vile, that's what you bring to the table eh.
Up to your interpretation talaga as the audience eh. May kanya-kanya tayong experience that we bring
Yeah.
into the cinema, and that kind of influences how we view the movies we watch, especially something as polarizing as a historical figure. I don't know why I did that. Not two of the geeks.
Oo nga, parang
Polarizing.
me polarizing as a historical figure. I end up Philippines!
Ang galing!
I'd like to thank Boy Navarrete for my hair and makeup. Thank you. We'd like to say thank you again to Direct Gerald for dropping by my Ridge HQ.
So for Nerd Rage, this was the partially unavailable That 90s Chick.
And I'm Karen May. I'm your Kikay Heneral, Goyo.
I'm Charlie, tapos gumaganon-ganon ka, tapos
Yeah.
siyempre, nandito ka, it's like, automatically, my eyes will go there, di ba? So sorry. And this is Adrian, that of the Geeks. And you guys just watched
Nerd Rage!
Nerd Rage PH is produced, recorded, and released by Hypertime Media Productions. You can check out Nerd Rage PH over at Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Nerd Rage PH.